Yo, what's good? What's good? What it is and what it ain't. If you don't like what we got to say, join the debate. You know what I'm saying? Got my man JWBC Elite Sherm Bricks right here. What's good? Brandon will not be with us today. Face, Face will join in when he can because he's getting off of work. But we about to cap it off right now, Sherm. What's up with it? How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. How you doing?
Doing I maintaining. They just lift the ban for the stay-at-home order in California. So I guess things is kind of going back to normal. We'll see. I don't know what's normal right now. You know how it is.
Let's get it popping.
Yes. Okay, so
Let's get it.
what is normal, I can say, is Tom Brady is back in the Super Bowl. That's something that
Yes,
we've
sir.
been saying for the past 2 decades. Like the Patriots or Tom Brady has been relevant, and
The real GOAT. He's the real GOAT. He's the
I
GOAT of
will.
all GOATs.
Oh, the goat of all goes. That's
He's the
crazy.
GOAT of all GOATs.
No, okay, all right. I'm gonna hold you to that statement right there. I'm gonna hold you to that statement. He's the
Yeah,
goat of all
let's go.
goats.
Let's go. Let's go.
Well, Tom Brady is back in the Super Bowl, defeated Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. Crazy
Yes,
finish.
sir.
Did not like what Aaron. Why didn't Aaron Rodgers run the ball? I don't know why he didn't do that, but that's a whole
Me
nother.
neither.
Yeah, we'll get into
Me
that. But
neither.
the thing about Tom Brady is there's no question that he is one of the goats or is the goats. Can't be mad if anybody say that. But did Brady prove it was him or not the system? Because he left New England. He left New England. That was everybody else kept saying that he was only doing something because he was with the Patriots, Bill Belichick's. But now he's in the NFC and his first year in this thing in the Super Bowl. So was it Brady or was it the system?
I think it was a little bit of both. I'm not gonna say it was fully Brady, and I'm not gonna say it wasn't the system. It wasn't Bill Belichick. Because for one, I don't think Tom Brady. It's not like he played a great game.
Yeah.
It's not like he's playing great. He was smart enough to put himself in the right situation, in the right system, where all he had to do was just take what he learned in New Orleans, in New England, and take it to Tampa, and they got what they. I'm not taking nothing away from him because at 43 years old, he's down there the same age as me. For him to be out there doing it in football, I can't do nothing but applaud that man. Nothing but applaud that man. But I don't think I think it went hand in hand, and he was able to put himself in the right situation with the
Yeah.
right team, with a good defense, with surrounded by weapons,
A lot of
and
weapons.
that's yeah, and that's what it all comes down to.
You know, I definitely agree with you. Before the season started, I don't know if I said this on our segments or I know I for sure said this to somebody off camera. I'll definitely have to go look and see. But I was like, Jameis Winston last year led the league in touchdowns and
And
interceptions. Yes, and interceptions, but in
indeed,
touchdowns, and he had one eye. What you think Brady gonna do? Like I understand that he has 33 interceptions last year. Jameis Winston did, but he had one eye. So if you just give him his other eye, then we could say cut the half of those interceptions, and maybe he still have the 30 or maybe 40. You know what I'm saying? But you give Tom Brady those same weapons, and the guy last year led the league in touchdowns with one eye. That's scary. And then they picked up Fournette, they got Bell, they
a
got
lot of key pieces. A lot of key pieces.
Antonio Brown, and Antonio Brown didn't even play against the Packers, which was scary.
Hmm.
Yeah, Brady's always been good. I don't think it was the system. I know you just said that it goes, it's both.
It goes hand in hand.
Goes hand in hand, but it's like the Patriots didn't do anything this year. This is the first time they weren't even in the playoffs. The Bills won the division.
But at the same time, we got to also look at the fact. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I was one to think. I was one who wanted Cam Newton to succeed, but he just didn't look comfortable. It wasn't a good fit for him. It wasn't a good fit at all. It wasn't a good fit. And on top of that, a lot of people are not taking into account that they're not playing with. Even though Tom Brady he didn't have a lot of weapons last year, but They don't have the same team. A lot of people sat out. They don't have the same team. And Cam just didn't look comfortable at all. He didn't look comfortable at all.
The Patriots definitely have a lot to deal with next year. Yeah, and Julian Edelman missed out the whole season too. So, but Tom Brady's back in the Super Bowl. This is crazy. Now you said that he's the GOAT of all GOATs. Like that's what you believe, right?
We already know there's only one GOAT of all GOATs. It's Jordan, and then it's Tom. Jordan, then Tom Brady.
So all right. So we on live right now, and you know what I'm saying. I want to get your natural answer from this. He's the GOAT of all GOATs. Now hear me out. Don't think I'm talking crazy. Really, just hear me out.
Yeah.
If Brady wins the Super Bowl, I'm saying this. Brady wins the Super Bowl, right? Does this argument lift anything for Eli Manning? Serious. Not joking.
Why would it? Why would it?
You said, why would it? I'm asking you.
Yeah. Because the Giants had a great defense. I'm not taking anything away from Eli. Eli, he did great. He made some great plays. But he is who he is. Do I think he's going to be a Hall of Famer? Yes. He has 2 Super Bowls. So, yes, I do think he's going to be a Hall of Famer. I do think that, but it doesn't elevate him in no way. No. Not at all.
Okay. Because I just feel like this is how I feel like he's the GOAT, and you know you can't beat this man. This man should be something.
Football is a whole different dynamic because everything, like basketball, is a different scenario where one or two guys could dominate a whole series. One or two guys could dominate. But in football, everybody has to be clicking at the same time. Everybody has to be clicking. Everybody has to be on the same page. Whether it's defense, offense, special teams, everybody has to be on the same page. And Tom Brady, he was just in a situation where he's in a situation where things are just clicking. Now, as far as Eli, he got lucky twice.
Lucky?
You know, he got lucky twice. I'm not a Giants fan.
It's not luck.
He got lucky twice.
Like if we beat him twice,
got lucky twice.
That's crazy. That's all I'm
got lucky twice.
But what's up, Chris? Appreciate you joining in. Chris said Panthers should have kept Cam and gave him one more year with the weapons they got. Hell, Brady went to a better situation this season, but he is the GOAT nonetheless. I totally agree that the Panthers should have kept Cam Newton. I don't know why they let him go. That was dirty. And I understand why Aaron Rodgers said what he said after. I don't know if you saw it, Sherm, but I can catch you up with it. After they lost, after the Buccaneers defeated the Packers, you know, I guess the media took it as Aaron Rodgers saying that he might not return to Green Bay, but he went on a Patrick Faise show and he said it straight up. He's like, nothing in this business is absolute. It's not. And I feel him because who would have thought that the Panthers were just gonna drop Cam Newton? Like Cam Newton was their LeBron, their Jordan. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he was their MVP. Granted, he was hurt for a couple of years, but they dropped him. And then at some point, you gotta move. They gotta move on. It is a business. At some point, you have to move on because if you don't, then you'll be stuck holding with the guy that you committed to for so long, and then when he's done, your organization is done. And how long are you gonna wait? Yeah. I'm not saying Green Bay should get rid of Rodgers. I'm not saying that at all because he still got some football in him. But at what point do you start to look at your future? At what point do you do that as a business? What point do you do that? I think they should give Rodgers maybe 2 more years.
He's what, 37?
37, 38. Pretty sure. We got two things before we get on to Keon. Chris said, and I'm gonna answer your question how Aaron Rodgers is. Said Brady can't be the GOAT of GOATs to me. He doesn't have to do it on both sides of the ball like other
That's
athletes,
true.
but
That's true. I
he's
agree.
the GOAT of football. I
That's
agree.
true. That's
Yeah,
true.
football is winning a championship to me in football is harder than it is in basketball because
It is.
every week matters in the NFL. Like it's rare that you see a team with the negative record or a 500 record that makes the playoffs or to do something. Defense, you need defense, but you also need offense. Keon said, "Where would you send Aaron Rodgers? Where should he go?" If Aaron Rodgers were to go to any other team with Green Bay, I think he should go to the 49ers. I think putting Aaron Rodgers with the 49ers roster or the Rams. Actually, no, I like the Rams better than the 49ers. I'll say the Rams. I think Aaron Rodgers should go to the Rams. They have all the weapons. They have young running backs, and they have great defense. Put Aaron Rodgers with a team like that, he'll be fine. Because people always saying that Green Bay should have drafted another wide receiver instead of drafting a quarterback in the first round. Los Angeles have multiple weapons. I would love to see Aaron Rodgers with that team. And when he won a Super Bowl, people said that he didn't even have a great defense. What you think about that, Sherm? Aaron Rodgers where to leave?
I'm gonna say the football team. I'm gonna always say the football team because right now we got a good defense. We don't really have we got a lot of young studs on both sides of the ball. And I'm kind of but Cowboys is not a bad option either because they are ready to win now. Cowboys are ready to win now. But anywhere where they're ready to win, that's where he should go. Because he don't have too much time left.
That's what everybody was saying about Brady too, and look where we at now with that. Brady looked like he still got two to three more years, and Aaron Rodgers is only 37 years old. Sean.
He went to a team that was ready to win. I don't care what their record was last year, but they were ready to win.
Tampa Bay, they had to make some changes, but as on the offensive side, they had a lot of guys because everybody the DBs aren't that good, but the DBs are doing their thing. But okay, so Aaron Rodgers lost. People are starting to put Aaron Rodgers into that category with Drew Brees. Well, some people, not everybody. And I want to see what you feel about that. Like, he got the one Super Bowl, he did, but he's not. That was like a long time ago. We haven't seen anything, from him to get over the top. Would that reflect on him going forward, or he's still Aaron Rodgers? Like, he's solidified already. Like, what does it took going forward for his career?
No, I think he's solidified. Like, he's solidified. Like, what more do you want? Like, what everybody can't win a Super Bowl.
Appreciate it.
Again, everybody has to be clicking on all cylinders. Everybody. I don't care who it is. Everybody has to be clicking on the same cylinder. Can he? He's a Rodgers. He's a gunslinger. He's a gunslinger. But at the same time, yeah.
No, I was saying he's very efficient. Though. He rarely throws a lot of interceptions.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. He's solidified. Aaron Rodgers, he's solidified. Like, you can't take away just because that man didn't win. He only won one Super Bowl. You can't take away from what Aaron Rodgers brought to the NFL, brought to Green Bay. He made them relevant again.
Okay. Moving now on the other side. We done talked about Brady in the Super Bowl. The Bills were looking good. People were questionable if Patrick Mahomes was going to play, but Mahomes is back in the Super Bowl. And Travis Kelce looked good. The Chiefs look like the Chiefs. That's what the boil it down to. And now we got the young GOAT in the making versus the GOAT, the GOAT right now. This is what we love to see.
Trying to knock that man off his throne.
Mm-hmm. What is something that concerns you in this Super Bowl for Patrick Mahomes against Tampa Bay?
Honestly, nothing concerns me because it's gonna come again. It comes down to it's gonna be a great game. It's gonna be a great game. I think Tom has the experience. He has the composure. Not saying that Mahomes don't have that, but it's just gonna it's tough. It's a tough one to call to me. It's a tough one to call. Very tough because both teams got weapons. Both teams are gonna play D. It's just a tough one to call for me. Tough one.
I think thing I'm concerned about for I wouldn't say Patrick Mahomes. I'm concerned about the Chiefs defense. You are now going up against a team that can finally run the football. Two running backs at that. Two running backs who can definitely go for 100 yards. We already know about the passing, but it's the run game. Patrick Mahomes, he's coming off the injury. It didn't really look like the concussion was so much against the Bills. I mean, it was a turnover, but not too many turnovers on him. Patrick, this is like you said, it's a tough one. I've been going around asking a lot of people, like, who are you gonna take? Who are you gonna take? It's like you don't know because like you don't want to bet against Tom, but then you don't want to bet against Mahomes. So it's like you in a pickle right now.
But I don't think the Chiefs. I don't think they haven't really been playing lights out. To me, they haven't. They in the playoffs. They haven't really been playing lights out. That's just my opinion. That's my opinion.
Well, you saying lights out? What you mean? Hold on, real quick. What up, Face? What's good?
Hey, what's going on?
What's good?
Good. What it is and what it ain't.
Your boy's fresh out, and we got to be on a freaking COVID. Don't climb up there. We got to be on like a COVID protocol just in case. So we had to make sure dudes were straight. So that's all that was. That's all that was. What we talking about? What we on?
We on the Super Bowl right now.
We're on the Super Bowl right now. Patrick Mahomes is back in the Super Bowl versus Tom Brady. You don't got to give your predictions right now because it's early. We got a whole nother week. It's like
I just don't know if I can bet against Tom Brady, man. I just don't know if it's the right thing to do because I don't know. He doesn't lose very often. So he's been to 10 Super Bowls and won 6. So now Patty's been to what?
1,
2, and he's 1-1. Wait a minute.
Nah, he only won 1 Super Bowl.
It's just 1-1. They went to the AFC Championship, didn't they? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of the AFC Championship.
And I think they lost to Brady.
Yeah. So what can we say to Patty? I don't know, man. I think I'd like to say I think the Chiefs are going to win. They scared me a little bit the other day, but I also think the Bills were just been playing out of their mind lately. So, yeah, I don't think I have a prediction just yet. I need to see that injury report too. If Antonio Brown and all them dudes playing, bro, I mean,
they're gonna be back. I think they're gonna be back.
It's just gonna be a different game, man. Austin. It's just gonna be different.
We were right before you came in. He said that the Chiefs haven't been playing lights out to him.
No. They've been looking they've been looking a little above average, but they don't look like Super Bowl champs.
Yeah, they've been looking vulnerable.
Yeah, they've been looking vulnerable. Defense is very sus. Very sus.
Now they're going up against a team who could finally run the ball. Two new running backs.
And Gronk, they're only gonna let Gronk touch that thing when it's time too. Like when it's money time, they're gonna let Gronk touch that thing.
It's crazy. That's what they did. They threw that one pass to him for like that 29 yards.
Catch the ball when it's money time. Gronk getting that ball when it's money time.
And I think that's a great thing for him too, because that he gets injured a lot. And when he was with New England, Tom had to use him a lot, like if he was a wide receiver. And now that he's on the team with multiple wide receivers, all he really got to do is just block. And then, like you said, when it's money time or when he's in the end zone, it's different when you catching when you getting targeted 15 times and you only getting targeted maybe 5 or 3. But
I definitely agree. Mike Evans looked kind of suspect out there though. Like he looked real. I mean, he dropped a good 3 or 4.
Mike Evans was going. That's Chris Godwin I was dropping. You mean
Mike Evans not number 13?
Mike Evans number 13, but Mike Evans is going crazy.
Yeah, he's
Mike
doing
Evans
his thing.
going crazy. I don't know which.
I think he had a few drops though.
Nah.
Yeah, I
Mike
mean,
Evans
dropped, but like he's going crazy.
He's doing his thing.
Mike Evans. Okay, well, yeah. But Mahomes is in there, man. Mahomes is a dude, man. He's a dude.
Now, if you're talking about last game of Face, then okay, Mike Evans didn't have a great game last game, but as in for overall for the playoffs, he been doing his thing. He been doing his thing. You say you can't bet against Tom, but then again, you can't bet against Patrick Mahomes either. So it's you. Oh yeah, one last question before we move on that you missed. Did Brady prove it was him and not the system in New England?
I think he. So this is where we get into the argument of like, are people always like Phil Jackson is the greatest coach and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, I hear that, and I'm not knocking that. But at the end of the day, the dudes is what gets you there. Like it's the dudes. And I think Brady just proved that it ain't what system we talking about. I don't hear nothing about no system. It's him. But I think he just raises your level of play. Now let's not act like he didn't get some pieces around him too. Now they went ahead and added they got if this team is playing together like 4 years ago, we're saying they're going. I hear you. Good job. We're probably saying that they're going undefeated. You know what I'm saying? Like Leonard Fournette 3 or 4 years ago. Obviously Mike Evans, Tom Brady, Gronk 3 or 4 years ago. That's So I think it was Tom. I mean, I think he proved that too. So
the only thing I say to what you just said, Faze, is because like football is something. Like we already spoke about it, but football is something different. Where all things need to be clicking, whether it's a defense, offense, special teams, all things need to be clicking. And like basketball, 1 or 2 people could dominate a whole series. 1 or 2 people can dominate the game, or one person could dominate the game. Football is something different. I just believe that it goes hand in hand because Tom, is he great? Yes, but I think he also took what he learned from Belichick and just took it to Tampa with those weapons and that defense and just made it what it is. But even Tampa has not. It's not like they played great. Because again, my football team, I said it last week. My football team had a chance to beat them.
Yeah, game their best game.
We had a chance to beat them with a guy that we picked up that was taking taking courses in school. But go ahead.
All right, before we move on to the NBA, we got one last question. That is from Keon. He said, I have a question for Coach Sherm and Coach Faise. Where do you honestly put Brady and Rodgers? I guess bias aside, I've never seen Marino, Montana, Young, or Cunningham play historic. How do you feel about that?
Woo! You want to go first, Faze? You can go first.
Yeah, I can. I guess if the question is, it's really hard to say Brady's not the greatest ever. If we're talking about like, if you add, because he's not the most talented dude, right? Like it's just what it is. He's not the most talented dude. But he's a winner. He's a great game manager. He's got a very high football IQ. That probably one of the greatest ever, you can almost argue, just because at the end of the day, yes, he was playing in great systems, but you got to be able to run that system and run the schemes and do what you have to do. And again, and at the end of the day, man, he's a winner. Like it's hard to I don't know how you could not say Tom Brady's not the best ever. Is he the most talented quarterback ever? No. Is he the best when you add in talent, winning, and everything? Probably so. I like Aaron Rodgers. I think he was basically this new age Brett Favre, high risk, high reward. That's why he fits so well with the Packers, gets the crowd into it, but very athletic, takes risk. Probably a better passer than Brett Favre, honestly, like accuracy wise. And again, because he took less risk. But compared to like those other guys, Marino, Montana, it was just so hard to navigate through Super Bowls back then, where like if you won a Super Bowl, you were automatically considered a great. Like you could have been a game manager and been a great, but the fact that Brady has, won 6 championships and has literally been the catalyst for each one of those, it's hard to go against him. It's hard. I didn't get to see Randall Cunningham play like that. Not to where I understood what was going on. And I got to see Steve Young, so I understood Steve Young. Montana, I didn't get to see a ton like that either. And Marino, I kind of caught a flash of, but yeah. So that's my answer. Brady's number 1, and it's kind of everybody else.
All right, Sherm, it's now on you.
All right, I'm gonna be Randall Cunningham. He don't belong in the discussion, but he was a great quarterback. He was Michael Vick. He was everybody. He was everybody before. He was all of that. He was Michael Vick. He was Lamar Jackson. He was all of them before they were there. He was a great quarterback, but I don't think you will put him in that category. Now, Warren Moon, I will put in that category, but Warren Moon was just straight up pocket passer, very accurate, very efficient. He did everything. But as far as Young, Young, the only edge I give Young over Cunningham is that he won a Super Bowl. But Young was great too. Montana and Marino and Brady.
Those dudes are cut from the same cloth. Like those three dudes are cut from the same cloth.
I don't look, and honestly, this is my best way to sum it up. If we take all of those players and put them in this era, this is my problem. What I have with basketball, and I'm gonna say the same thing because the game has changed, the rules has changed. It allows quarterbacks can't get hit no more, receivers can't get hit no more coming across the middle. So if you would take Marino, Montana. Yeah, I include Elway, Cunningham. You put any of them in this era, they'll destroy the league. Because the game was just totally different. It was a lot more physical, and a lot more things were allowed. Like Brady's allowed to play today because you can't touch the quarterback. He's allowed to play today because everything is opened up. Where the offense, like receivers coming across the middle, they can't get touched no more. So the game is just opened up more for more scoring, more passing yards. They don't totally wiped out the running back position altogether.
Almost.
And during those times, when all those other quarterbacks during those times, again, it goes back to the philosophy of the game. You ran the ball first to open it up for the receivers.
Yeah. The game is now changed to longevity. Like they want dudes to play forever. Like a quarterback didn't play for 20 years. 20 years ago, that wasn't happening. Like that's unheard of. Tom Brady can probably play 3 more years. No exaggeration. He can probably play 3 more years.
That's before you said that, Faze. That's exactly what I was saying. Like Brady got like 2-3 more years left.
Because he doesn't get touched. He don't get touched. So, and he's throwing it away. And it's whatever his body will allow him to do. And again, it's the mechanics of things. Like the health sciences part has changed so much. Well, recovery is different. Dudes can put $1 million in their body. So that changes everything.
All right. We got into talking about the GOAT. Oh, Faze, do you think Tom Brady is the GOAT of all GOATs before we move on?
Hell no.
I said that. I said that.
But no, it's been people on my all types of my social media talking about Tom Brady is the greatest athlete ever. You lost your damn mind.
Nah, he's not the greatest athlete.
People keep saying that he's the greatest athlete. I'm like, no. I said, is he probably the best? I can't say he's the best winner ever because we've seen a dude win 6 championships in 8 years. So that's the best winner ever. That's 75%. 75% that I'm gonna get here.
At the same time. You gotta respect because again, the man is 43 years old, man. You gotta respect what that man is doing. Like I said, he's down there my age. I have a hard time getting out of bed, Faze.
No, I feel that, and he played at an ignorantly elite level. Like, yeah. So, I mean, but I think
like you were
saying, everything's going to change because I think Pat Mahomes is going to get to play for 20 years now.
Yeah, everybody's career is gonna. And again, and it's all part of the evolution. Even with KD coming off the we can get into that another time, but all athletes, even in medicine too, because it's not like back in the day when it was taking like gorilla hormones. No, the stuff is not damaging. What they have now is not damaging to the body. It's really prolonging the body. So everybody's going to be able to play longer. Everybody.
Okay. Early Super Bowl prediction. You ain't got to stamp it right now. This ain't going to go on to the record. But if the game was played this Sunday, I'm letting y'all know right now I'm taking Tampa Bay. Who you got?
Same.
I want to go against the grain, but I'm going to say Tampa.
I want to go.
I want to go against the grain.
I'm gonna take Tampa. But I can't, man. If that game is close with 2-3 minutes left, man, and they got the ball, they're gonna score. Like
it's crazy though that you say that. We can say the same thing for the Chiefs.
You're very right, but the Chiefs' offense is a little more. Well, no, I can't say that. yeah, you're right.
Dang. Okay, though, we'll move along. Though we'll come back next week, and yes, Shante, you don't have to like him, but you gotta give him his props. That is
Tom Brady's a dude now. He's a
facts. But we'll lock it in next week. Next Wednesday, we'll lock it in when we all here. So I'll give you a week, whatever recoup. But moving along to the NBA. All right, now we here with the league now. Who is a surprising team that could creep into the playoffs in the East?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Go ahead.
That's a good one.
I like to start off first with this one.
Let's get it.
You taking the Clippers. I already know. You taking the Clippers.
No, we're talking about the East.
I mean, no, I'm sorry. You taking the Cavs. My bad. You taking the Cavs.
Well, I'm taking a different route because I'm going to speak on the teams who are not in the top 8 right now. The Cavs are what, 6 or 7. So as of right now, she said that's my exit. You know I'm a football chick. Appreciate you, Shante. Appreciate you coming in. You gotta let us know who your Super Bowl pick is before you go.
Let's go watch our
but team I'm going to take I'm talking about the teams who are at the bottom and Faise, I'm glad you're in here. I'm glad you're in because I was just telling Sherm, I can't wait till you come here. Can I count Miami in this? I'm not going to. That's not the team I'm talking about.
No, because they'll be fine.
That's not a surprise though.
No. I know. I'm just asking. That's not the team though. That's not my team. The surprising team who I have that I think that can get into the playoffs. Honestly, I'll say the Hornets. The Hornets are 7-10. They have a well-rounded team. They have a guy who is an all-star. I believe Gordon Hayward's an all-star. I've never had a problem with Gordon Hayward. And I feel like they have the great pieces around him. I want to say the Knicks. I do. I really do. I want to put the Knicks in there. But just going off from what I've been seeing since I've been alive.
It ain't going to pan out, huh?
Yeah, the only time I thought the Knicks were something in my time was when Melo was there, but they met up with the Heat. So in the first round, so that was tough on them. But other than that, no, I want to say the Knicks, but no. But I like what Julius Randle is doing this year. He's balling. RJ Barrett, they're doing their thing over there. Knicks look good. Knicks and the Cavs, those are teams, they look good. But I'll have to say the Hornets. The Hornets have a nice team picking up Gordon Hayward, and he's balling 40, 30. He's going crazy. Devontae starting to pick back up from last year doing this thing. They all coming up. Miles Bridges dunking on everybody. LaMelo don't cool off a little bit, and I know people want him to be have a higher role, but with the team with Devontae and Terry Rozier, you just got to play a role. So that's my team that I'm going to say, because I'm not going to count the Raptors because they 6-10 they 7-10 and Miami 6-10. And I knew both of y'all were going to say I can't count those teams. So I got the Hornets. That's my pick, who can creep into the playoffs in the East.
Let's just Toronto. We got to cancel Toronto out, because they're not a surprise if they make it, but they just stink right now. Miami's having their situation. So we can't add that. If Miami makes it, it's not a surprise because they were in the playoffs last year. I would say it would come down to Cleveland and New York. Charlotte, but the Knicks, I would say I'm gonna go with Cleveland, because even with the Knicks, I think out of Charlotte, Cleveland, and New York, Cleveland has the better team
for sure.
So I would say Cleveland. New York, I kind of feel like you feel, Ray. I don't see, as a New York Knicks fan, I don't want to believe in them to get let down. But I'm not trying to let that base what I'm saying. I'm not trying to let that be a deciding factor on what I'm saying. I just think that Cleveland has a better team all around. They have the better chemistry right now. They brought in some key pieces, some good pieces. I just think it's Cleveland will be the surprise team to make the playoffs. That's my take.
And shout out to my Cavs. You know what I'm saying? It's been a long time. To my Cavs, man, I really think we need to trade Andre Drummond to a championship caliber team and Kevin Love to the Nuggets, and we get some more pieces.
They're gonna do it. It's gonna wind up. It's gonna happen.
Jared Allen, don't wave your hand, face Cavs up. Give us about 7 years.
It's gonna happen.
When Bron leaves, yeah, man, you know Bron is in the league and all that. We need and Kevin Durant and Brooklyn. We need 7 years from now. They'll be like Bron be 40, Kevin Durant be like 38.
Bron probably still gonna be playing.
Yeah, I know that's something we got to worry about still, but
he's gonna be playing the 4.
I think we'll look good. What's up, Face?
He might come back and play for y'all and play the 4. That's what he's probably gonna do. He'll come back and play the 4.
Hey, I don't mind. As long as we keep Allen happy. That's all.
Let me say this though. My only knock on Charlotte, I'm not saying that Charlotte. My only knock on Charlotte is that they have too many guards.
Hey, Chris, I'm being a realist, man. Damn.
They got too many guards. Charlotte has too many guards, and I don't think eventually somebody's gonna go. We already talked about it. Somebody's gonna go on that roster. As far as the guards, there's too many guards. They guard heavy. Somebody's gotta go.
But see, with the Hornets though, like they have all the right pieces.
Chill,
so does Cleveland though, Sherm. So does Cleveland. But I just feel like with Gordon Hayward, like as being like your star and a guy who has been in the playoffs before, I don't know. I just think Hornets. Hornets have he said face getting smacked.
Yeah, I know I don't believe in Gordon Hayward, man. He had a great game the other day. I just don't believe in him. I just don't believe in him.
Appreciate it, T, man.
Yeah, we just lost to the Pacers by 10.
Appreciate
LaMelo, 8 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds. That's a pretty nice average. Gordon Hayward, 24 and 4.
Understand?
No, I'm sorry. That's Terry Rozier at 24 Devontae 16, 5 and 4. Gordon Hayward 16 and 4. It was spread out today because PJ Washington played well. Lord have mercy.
Hey man, stop coming for PJ. But go ahead, FaZe. You got to give us your team.
Where's Miles Bridges?
Who is your team to make the playoffs in the East?
I said the exact same thing. The Knicks, the Hornets, and the Cavs. Are the Magic like guaranteed in? Is that what we're saying?
I mean, yeah, they made the playoffs the past 2 years. They're in the eighth seed. I would say, yeah, they're not a sleeper.
Coach right make it jump. I like out of all
yes,
of
they can. Now, yo, I'm sorry, Faze.
No, you good.
Now, yes, they can.
Now they bouncing. They're like super bouncing now.
Yeah, the medicine I did. Hey,
now them young boys getting on that Vertimax early is what they doing. They're like, look, I ain't about to go out there and have Jaquan jumping over me. Like, I ain't going for that. No, I ain't going for that. I'm over that. No, I like the Hornets, the Knicks, and the Cavs. Same exact three. I actually think I don't think the Cavs will last because I think they're going to trade those pieces away. I think they're going to be willing to potentially not tank, but they basically probably going to be willing to. I don't want to pay for Andre Drummond. Kevin Love's not happy. I think they're going to be willing to give that up now. Just because, and I think it depends if they start to lose a little bit. Like let's say the next 7 games they go, lose 4 out of the 7 or 5 out of the 7. I think right then and there they're going to be like, all right, we got to shop Andre now. Like we got to get rid of him now. And I think they're going to try to get rid of Kevin Love because it's going to be hard. You got to think about it. Who could they trade for that would actually fit? Like without having to send Andre Drummond back to Detroit. Without having to who are they getting from the Nuggets is going to contribute immediately for Kevin Love? You're not going to give up Michael Porter for Kevin Love. You know what I'm saying? You're not doing nothing like that. Maybe they could get Paul Millsap or somebody like that. Just a nice veteran leader. I like the Hornets, but I agree with Sherm. Way too many guards because at the end of the day, somebody can't play, and it's looking like it's starting to turn into LaMelo. And as much as I was high on them drafting him, and I still am. Because I think he'll be one of the best prospects out of all these dudes. The problem I have with him is they hype up everything he does, and I don't like that. Like, he'll throw a damn chest pass across the skip pass, and they're like, oh, LaMelo with the vision. I'm like, no, good skip. The skip pass. Like, yeah, good job. And he's still coaching me. He still throws these one-handed, quarterback. I can't stand that, man. I hate that with a passion.
That's your coaching is coming in right there.
Yeah, I hate it. Like I watch him do that. I'm like, this dude, bro. It's not
I'm gonna tell you a little. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
You gotta say, I'm gonna give you a sidebar about me and Sherm. Sherm used to hate me throwing passes like this when I was
Oh my God. Faze. He was the Ray was and I'm gonna tell y'all this. I was so impressed with seeing Ray in high school. Seeing his clips and seeing him in college, because I'm like, man, he came a long way. He always had it, but he will always throw that pass. And I'm like, Ray, if it's a turnover every time, that means it don't work. At least on this
on this level.
No. Hold on, Ray. Since you brought it up. Also, Ray had the floater from the top of the key. I'm like, yo, Ray, you gotta get closer. You can't shoot the floater from the foul line. Ray, you brought it up. So
hey, all I'm gonna
I had early Ray. But it was a beautiful thing, man. Seeing his progress, it was a beautiful thing, man.
It's crazy though, because I still shot the floater from the free throw line in college.
You definitely did.
Definitely did.
No. I mean, yeah, and that's it though. Out of those three, and the only reason why I say that because I would honestly choose the Cavs, but I think they're going to disassemble their team. I think they're going to take that team apart a little bit. I don't really like the Knicks, and it's only because I don't trust who they got at point guard. I just don't trust it. Julius Randle's doing great, but you don't know who's playing point guard that night. You don't know what RJ Barrett you're going to get, and granted, he's only a second-year player, so I understand that too. I like the Hornets, but again, it's too many guards. Gordon Hayward is killing, but I'm leaning towards the Cavs if they don't disassemble their team.
Okay. Sherm said he'll step out. He coming right back. Yeah, I'm leaning. So you leaning towards my Cavs.
Say that again.
So you leaning towards my Cavs, huh?
Yeah, got to.
They look good. Chris Plummer said Brandon said Wake Forest is so trash. Okay, everybody. That's the second person that said something about.
Hold on, let me go. Yeah, something crazy must have
Y'all
happened.
getting smacked. Y'all losing 43-30 to Wake Forest. I mean to NC State right now. 15 minutes left.
Oh, well, that's pretty. Austin, get down, please. That's not bad.
What's up, B Monk? What up, man? What is good? What it is? What it ain't? Did y'all win at least? Did you win? Did you win? But yeah, Chris Plummer said Philly to the finals out the East. They looking great. Now we always, Faise, you brung it up. I'm gonna say this. You brung it up. You were like, how did I forget about Philly? Because I was so much on Philly last year. They do look good, and they did added 2 more pieces like Danny Green and Dwight Howard. And they got Tyrese Maxey. Okay, B, got that dub. All right, that's what's up. Copy. That's what's good.
They must have played Richlands. They probably played Richlands. His hometown school. That's his hometown school, Richlands. Ain't that right, B?
They trash or something?
No, that's where my wife went to high school at. But let's just say basketball is not the biggest thing going on out there. The nicest way I know how to say it. We did look. That's funny. That's funny. I knew it was conference time, so I was like, they probably playing, And he said he couldn't make it because of the drive and stuff. That makes sense. Richlands makes sense. That makes the most sense. So,
but Philly said Philly's looking great. They're number 1 seed. They're playing right now against the Lakers. They up 5 in the third quarter. The thing about Philly with me, Chris, is now the Doc is their coach. Coach Faise is simple. Ray don't trust Doc Rivers. Look, before I can even say it, he said it. He said it for me. I don't trust Doc Rivers. I don't. Joel Embiid is having a great year, and he's looking like he may be the MVP. What we said the other day. Embiid, Joker, or Luka for MVP. No matter what order you put it in, I don't care. But I just don't trust Doc Rivers. I know he's a great coach, but Sherm, you back in. We're talking about Philly.
I heard you.
Yeah, I just don't trust Doc Rivers as being the coach, and and I'm sticking to that. I have to see, the players, and it's not just the coach, it is the players. But in those situational games when it's it's close and you got to make those coaching decisions, it's going to fall down on him. And I'm not saying he can't do it, but I still like the Bucks or the Nets, man. I still like the Bucks and the Nets.
I'm going with the Nets, man.
Nets got to play some defense. That's all I'm gonna tell you.
It's true. We all know that. But I just don't. Philly playing. They're playing well. You can't take nothing away. But again, like you said, at the end of the day, Doc got to prove that he can adjust and not get out coached. And not only that, just be a leader. Just be a leader at the end of the day. Because you can coach, you can coach, but can you rally your team when they're down? Can you make those adjustments when they're needed? I just don't think Doc can do those things. In my opinion, I don't think he can do those things. He's proven that he can.
Yeah, and that's why I don't trust him. Even though he's here with the 76ers, I don't trust him. That's where I'm at. Vince, Chris said we giving Luka top 3 MVP. Ain't the Mavs like 500? They're actually under 500. They're 89. Can't hear you, Face.
My bad. I didn't realize I was muted. They're in like 10th place.
Yeah, I think by his performance of how he's playing like an MVP. Yes, it's top 3 is him, Embiid, or Joker. That's my top 3. Don't care which order you put it in. That's my top 3. Anybody disagree?
If we talk about terms of basketball, then yeah, just hooping, yes. But overall, then that means you got to put Steph back up.
Yeah,
that's what we're doing.
But again, like that's the question is what are the Mavs right now? And there's still a lot of basketball left. There's still a lot of basketball.
The Mavs are what the Miami Heat are right now, in the same boat, dealing with COVID health protocols. Their main players are not playing because of health protocols. That's what it is. That's what they are. Both teams. They're in the same boat. Everybody, Jimmy.
I don't think so. Because Jimmy Butler If you want to tell me Jimmy Butler is not there, and who else? Harold, he's
Harold's
not
not there. Dragic missed some games. Bam had missed. No, Bam had played.
Bam is playing. Bam is
He's
playing.
Bam is playing. Bam
It's
is
not
playing.
like-
No, Bam is playing now, but he missed some games due to that.
But it's not like Luka is missing. It's not like Tim Hardaway Jr. is missing.
He did
It's
miss
not
some
like
games. Tim Hardaway did miss some games. Anthony Smith misses.
but he's playing out, and it's not. And what's his name is fouling out of court.
Where's
played
that?
for the 7'3" unicorn, whatever the hell they want to call him.
That was your man. Don't do that.
Porzingis.
Yeah, he still is. I still love his game, but that's what I'm saying. It's not like they're not the key. Their key players is on the floor. Now, if you want to say they got key players in the rotation, okay. Miami has key players that's their top guys that are not playing. It's a different scenario.
Yeah, Jimmy Butler's not their best player.
I mean, if you want to say that, the only top guy that's really Harold was playing. It's the same thing. They're only their top guy that's missing. Like you said, Bam is playing. Jimmy Butler's the only guy that's out. Everybody else is playing. If you want to do that,
But Jimmy Butler missing is like Luka missing. It's like the same
that's what I'm saying. Like their key guys are there. Dallas key guys are there. There's no looking around it. Their key guys are there.
It is the same, Brandon. It's the exact same thing.
Nah.
It's 100%. Their best player, vocal leader, everything you got, their heart and soul is missing. So, I mean, if that dude ain't in there, you know the level of intensity and stuff ain't the same.
I've always my thing about Dallas, the reason because Chris said something about ain't the Mavs like 500. My thing with Dallas, I always said Dallas has a good team. That was my thing. So if their starters are not playing, if Finney Smith is not playing, and Tim Hardaway Jr. is not like those guys that are not playing, then yeah, they're not going to be full effect to be playing in the West. They're not. But if all their guys are there, I like their chances in the playoffs, or at least being a good team. You believe that Miami will come? All right, Faise. This is how I want to start off with you about the East. You believe Miami will come back and get in the playoffs, right? Being that they're 6-10,
For sure.
So if they were in the West 6-10, you would think they'll come back?
Yeah, they'd be fine. They'd be fine.
Because the team, Luka and them got 9 wins and they in 10th.
Yeah, they'll be fine.
It goes with that record again, like how I was talking about.
They'll be fine.
You're gonna have
still talking about elite team. You trying to tell me the Miami Heat aren't an elite team?
I'm not saying they're an elite team. I'm just saying that if they were dealing with health protocols right now, with their record right now being 6-9 or 6-10 in the West, they'll be possibly second to last place. Do you think they'll come back and get the playoff spot?
If they're in the West, yes. If Jimmy Butler and everybody's fully healthy, without question.
So they're making it over. So they're making it over.
Go ahead, whoever you're gonna name, yes. Whoever.
San Antonio, Dallas, and
correct, yes.
And Houston.
Yes. How dare you say Houston? How dare you?
I'm just naming. I'm just asking you a question. I'm not like trying to.
Yes. San Antonio is not the San Antonio that we once knew.
So then go to State's not making the playoffs then.
I think it's going to be very, very. It's going to be slim.
I'm just talking about Miami.
I don't think somebody like the Grizzlies and all of them are going to pan out anymore. Like I think that was lightning in a bottle. Like the Grizzlies and the Blazers. The Blazers look awful.
But they in 5th seed.
They look awful.
That's because CJ is out.
Well, I mean that's what I'm saying. When the heart and soul of your team is out, you can't do but so much. Ain't but so much you can do. That's what I'm saying. If Jimmy Butler's playing, they are making the playoffs in the way. I don't care what league they in. They're making the playoffs where they are. Well, let me say not more than just Jimmy Butler. If the full roster is playing, then they're making it.
Because out of those teams that are 9th, like San Antonio's 9th, Dallas is 10th, Houston is 11, OKC is 12, and then Sacramento, and then New Orleans.
See, Ray, that's tricky, right? Like the Blazers are in 5th, and if they were to lose tomorrow, then they're in 10th.
Right.
Like that's tricky.
Right. And I said
no, they'll still be 6. They'll still be 6 because Memphis.
No, look. Let's say they play. Let's say the Blazers play. Let's say the Blazers play Who else is 9-8? Let's say they play the Warriors.
Yes, Alphonse. Porzingis just came back last week. But go ahead, what you said?
So let's say the Blazers play the Warriors. If they lose, that puts them at 9-8, and that puts the Warriors at 10-8. So that means the Warriors are going to automatically go up there with them, and at 9-8, they're going to be tied at 9th with the Spurs.
No, because Memphis is 7-6.
Yeah, but Memphis is in 6th place right now.
I know.
Right now, from 4 to 7, next week it can all be different.
It's going to change, yeah.
It can all be different. And
I don't think it'll change.
As far as Golden State, they have impressed me, but they're a 500 team, and that's just what it is. They impressed me. They had some good wins, but they're a 500 team.
500 team.
They're very average without Clay. Very average. Why do you think they're trying to get in? Why do you think they're trying to get in the trade mix? That's why they're trying to trade.
They're trying to make moves, of course. They're trying to make moves. They're trying to give up Kelly Oubre,
which they did all that fuss to get. How they giving him up already? Just because he's not playing the greatest.
But for who? Who are they trying to get?
Lonzo was one of them.
Okay. Lonzo was one of them, but I don't understand that.
Lonzo Ball?
Yes, Lonzo Ball was one of them. That's a package that the Warriors that Bleacher Report put out. I don't understand that at all. That doesn't.
If they're gonna do all that, they should have just drafted his brother. They was gonna do all that.
Again, so what are you gonna do?
Well, you can't pass up on Wiseman. He's 7 foot and high.
You're right.
Wiseman, he's playing very well.
I was hoping he slipped.
That's still my pick for rookie of the year. I'm still got him over LaMelo.
Nah, he's gonna get it. But if they trade for Lonzo, so what do you want to do with Steph? What are you gonna make him a spot up shooter? Because Lonzo can't do nothing off the ball. Nothing. What are you gonna do? What?
He can't do nothing off the ball. Yeah, no. Yeah, there's really nothing.
He can't do nothing.
Yeah.
He's useless. And Steph,
he's a role playing
off the ball.
He's a role playing.
But what I'm saying is, unless he's coming off the bench for Steph, who would you rather have the ball in their hands? Steph's.
For sure.
At all times. So trading for Lonzo
like
don't even make any sense.
Lonzo needs to be playing for like the Spurs. Like system point guard, pass the ball, get out of the way, set screens, get out in transition. He could be DeJounte Murray, probably a little bit less of a scorer, but he can be that. I think that's his. Yeah, you know what's crazy, Fonz? I was gonna say Sean Livingston, but then I thought about how Sean Livingston's turnaround fadeaway is basically unguardable. And every time he shot that in the finals, I was like, yeah, that's probably going in. So, and I will never say that about Lonzo.
Sean Livingston whole mid-range game
was crazy, yeah. And it was on some ugly pull-up, like unorthodox looking, but you know, it was a bucket. I don't think Lonzo does anything where I'm like, oh, that's tough. Oh, that he's got cool.
He goes to the rack tough. He gets
to the rack. He's got some cool tattoos and shit, but that's he ain't really doing that for me. And I feel bad for him because I think there was a point in time where he was really on, like, had a chance to be, maybe a 1 or 2 time All-Star. You know what I'm saying? Like, creep up in there and be all right. But then I think once he got traded, his morale went down because he went from – and he got traded for obviously a good reason. But he got traded because, one, he wasn't performing. And I think he would have thought that out of all the people to keep, they're going to keep me instead of Kuzma or somebody like that. You know what I mean? Like to stay in L.A., and they chose him. You know what I mean? And he's being a hometown kid, got Summer League MVP. Everything was looking like it was going to add up for him to be Rookie of the Year, and then it just kind of didn't happen. So
you know what's bad? Because if Jason Kidd, as great as Jason Kidd was, if he played today, he would be Lonzo Ball.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah.
He'll be just
like Lonzo Ball is a poor.
No, you're right.
He's a poor man's Jason Kidd. But I don't even know if I can say a poor man's Jason Kidd because really he's just like Jason Kidd. But Jason Kidd IQ, and Jason Kidd was a winner.
Yeah.
Like no matter where he went, he won. Lonzo hasn't proved that he had the IQ to win. But if and this is how the game changed and this is what goes back to my philosophy, is if Jason Kidd played today, there will be no place for him in this league because he's not a score first point guard.
I feel the same about Rondo. I think if Rondo was playing right now,
it wouldn't be a place for him.
Awful. Yeah, he'd be awful. Unfortunately, like he can run a team and stuff, but then people would just sag off on him really bad, and then he would, young Rondo would struggle right now, or he'd be like Pat Bev. He'd be something like that, unfortunately.
Defensive guy, scrappy guy.
His IQ he is a way better IQ than Pat Bev. But
I think older Rondo is better because dudes aren't used to having to guard somebody like that makes the extra pass, that can point everybody out. So that's why he's so successful now. Is because he can outthink everybody. Because he's, I think that's just what helps him out a ton. Because the new game isn't make the extra pass. The new game is might swing that thing once, but I'm going to try to go get mine if I touch it twice. Like, So
what is the best fit for Lonzo Ball? Because the Pelicans are trying to trade him, and the three teams that
the Clippers isn't bad. The Clippers is fine because he doesn't have to do anything. The Clippers is perfect. Like you got two elite wings you can pass the ball to. You have average post players. I'm gonna say average. And he's a bigger guard, like he's 6'6". You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He can guard some big guard. He can guard some twos. So you can put PG if they're playing. I don't know if they're playing the Kings. You can put PG on De'Aaron Fox if you want, or Kawhi. I mean, that gives you a pretty elite. That's one thing Alonzo is. He's a very good defender. He's not exactly in the elite category, but he's in the upper echelon of elite dudes that guard. So you got them three in the backcourt, or you got PG, Kawhi, and Lonzo. That's a good front for defense. Like, that's good. But that's one team that makes sense to me.
I'm gonna give you one more team that doesn't make sense at all. Like I think the Warriors don't make sense, but they got the Blazers up there.
Who are you getting rid of? Yeah, who are you getting rid of?
Right now, they're getting rid of Derrick Jones Jr. in the 2013 first-round pick lottery projection.
I get it.
They giving him up for a lottery pick?
Well, these are
projected lottery.
The trade packages and lander spots for Lonzo, and that's what it is for the Blazers. You get it.
I get it. I get it. The reason why I get it because it takes the ball out of Dame's hands. But I'm not sold off of two. How much they two little guards is just not good. It's only gonna take you so far. I don't care how far away they shoot from or how much they can score. Two little guards is only gonna take you but so far in the league.
And that's what people don't understand about Clay being so important because Clay is 6'8". Clay is huge. Clay's a big dude, man. And he's a perimeter defender. Like Beal and Russell Westbrook. Neither one of those dudes are perimeter defenders. That's why I think that backcourt had the biggest mismatch because you had two elite offensive dudes and one elite defensive dude between Steph and Clay. And Steph was good in the passing lanes. So you can't say that about any other backcourt where they're both like top 10 in offense. and then the other one's top 5 in defense. You know what I mean? And then the other one led the league in steals and passing lanes. So, yeah, I agree with Sherm. It fits, but I don't think you're going to go but too far with 2 6'3" guards out there. I mean, and height has nothing to do with it. But at the end of the day, if they got to guard the backcourt of James Harden and Kyrie Irving, like what's going to happen there? I'll tell you what's going to happen. It's over. It's over. Like, that's it. That's it.
I think he said a team with scores, maybe Boston.
That's not a bad fit. That's not bad. But that means you got to get rid of Kemba probably.
You think they're gonna go after Kemba?
You can't leave Kemba there. If you plan on actually playing Lonzo, if you're gonna play him, he fits with somewhere like the Magic. The Magic would make sense.
Well, that's they got Cole Anthony doing his thing right now.
That's true.
And, Markelle Fultz, when he come back, they paid him all that money. So, he's going to be right back in the mix. You're just setting yourself up for failure for that. I think the perfect team for Lonzo is just take him back to LA. Go to the Clippers. They need a point guard. like a true point guard. You know what I'm saying?
What's good with D'Angelo Russell? I haven't checked on the Timberwolves like that. What's good with him? Is he hurt?
No, I mean he didn't play. I don't think he's playing tomorrow. But D'Lo is doing his. I mean, he's doing so much. He's doing what he can do. I mean, he's getting. You know, it's the Timberwolves. No Karl Anthony Towns. I mean,
what's wrong with Cat? He's out. I didn't know Cat was out.
He got COVID.
Yeah, he got COVID.
He got COVID. That's right, because his mom had it and passed away. They were talking about that. That's right.
Yeah. So like, with no Karl Anthony Towns, I mean, I don't see anything for Minnesota. That's just, I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but
yeah,
it's the way.
It is what it is.
They're stuck, man. They're gonna be stuck in that midway pack that the Hornets been stuck in for a while. Like, just you're not at the bottom of the bottom, but you're not at the making the playoffs. You had like that 17th, 18th draft pick, except they get the top draft picks because they win in the lottery, but they haven't drafted right consistently.
Correct. I'm gonna say this about you said Wiseman gonna get the rookie of the year. I agree, but if Anthony Edwards was playing anywhere other than Minnesota, he might make a case.
All right,
he might make a case.
What team though?
Well,
I'm just saying anywhere other than Minnesota.
No, not Charlotte, because it ain't gonna work in Charlotte.
He has to be on the team where they're gonna let him go though. I think Minnesota was perfect for him.
No, but nobody's talking about no Minnesota. Like Faye just said, like who? He asked about D'Angelo Russell. So like Minnesota is just not the place to be. It wasn't when KG was there.
It's not a sexy place.
It's not the place to be. Nobody's checking for Minnesota. When you go to your phone and look up, do you look for Minnesota? No. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you check the NBA scores, do you look for Minnesota? No. If Prince was on the team, maybe yeah, but he's gone and past his prime.
Chill. He said Prince was on the team. Chill.
Nah, that's funny, but okay, that's funny. I don't know. I just think that goes back to that conversation of small market. In our previous podcast, I just say that you have to give me a team where I can see him actually being able to do what he can, because in Minnesota they let him do whatever he wants. So
to an extent, now you only get about 20 minutes a game.
Yeah, but he's
don't let him rock like that. I mean, they let him rock when he's in, obviously, but he's not getting that like Deion Waiters treatment when Deion first got it, where he got, what I'm saying? Like he's not getting none of that. So now, I think he has that? I think he messed himself up, man. He's gonna get scrutinized so much for him coming out saying that like I could just start hooping today and I'd be straight. You know what I'm saying? Like
I don't think so, man. I don't think that's gonna happen.
I'm telling you, man, that's gonna probably play with him mentally for a long time. Because in the back of his mind, since they gave him so much hell about it, even though it was harmless, he was meaning it in a harmless way. But every time he messes up, he probably thinking in his back of his mind, man, they probably don't even think I want to hoop like that. They probably think I don't even want to hoop like that. I don't know, man. You know how these young boys a little mentally weaker than they used to be. So, and sometimes this is your worst enemy. Like it's your worst enemy. You pick it up and you look at it and Anthony Edwards is trash. He's a bum. Like, and these dudes make their life off of social media. So, that's just kind of what it is. I think he plays a role. Like I heard, didn't Andrew Bogut said that Steph would check his Twitter mentions at halftime if he was playing bad, so he can be like, you know what, I got something for y'all when I'm about to go. All right, so if Steph Curry is doing that, then I can only imagine what some of these other dudes are doing.
Yeah, and Steph go crazy.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
But a familiar face of the basketball world who's now in the trade talks is JJ Reddick. The Pelicans are trying to get rid of him. Who's the best fit right now for JJ Reddick? He's a sniper and he knows the game. I'll open it up and I'll say that a team that's best for him to go to is Milwaukee. I think that's a great fit for him. Milwaukee or Denver. But I'd rather see him go to Milwaukee because I think Milwaukee, being that, the way that Giannis play, you have a sniper like JJ Reddick, open up the floor more, because as you always say, Face, you can't rely on. This is what you say. Can't rely on Chris Middleton. So
No.
as a shooter,
as your second option. That's what I said. The second option. If I gotta rely on him, I mean, I like it, but he might be better in Denver because Jokic is a better passer. So he's gonna find him more. He's gonna get him more involved in the offense. You know, Giannis gonna try that drop hezzy, extremely long Euro step from the 3-point line about 4 to 5 times before he kicked that thing. So I like the Bucks. That's who I had in my mind was the Bucks. The Bucks or maybe even the Clippers. I don't think the Clippers will be bad. I mean, they don't have a dead eye, like a dead eye shooter. Somebody that can get you loose. Yeah, that's probably it. That's a contender. The Lakers obviously will be good. Yeah. The Nets,
I say the Clippers,
but they got Joe Harris, so it's no point.
Yeah, I said the Clippers. To me, the Clippers.
Yeah,
Clippers. I would say the Clippers. Outside of the Lakers, I'll say the Clippers.
Who are you giving them up for, though?
Yeah, that's why I didn't even speak on the Lakers. I'm like, you have to give up something for them.
Probably like Wes Matthews, unfortunately.
But you're gonna give up your defense?
You gonna have? I mean, who else do they have that's that exposable? I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, JJ would fit with any top team, Jalen. I agree with you, but it's about what is the other team going to give up for him?
Yeah, what they giving up for him. And
that's why I said Milwaukee. I feel like they can.
What are you giving up in Milwaukee?
You got picks and role players. That's you stack them up with picks. I think the Lakers have worked hard to get their picks back. I can't say that. I don't think the Lakers are going to trade anyone right now. I think like the team that they got built, like they straight, like they
solid. They're solid.
I think Kuz is on that block, dog.
Kuz is not on that block. I'm trying to tell you, just get it out your head. It's not going down. He's not going anywhere.
He's been a bum lately.
He's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere.
He's been a bum lately.
That may be true, but again, it's stunting his growth. He's not going to grow.
That's why I think he's
not growing there. If I hate to say this, but if I'm him, I would want to go.
Yep.
But Kuz came out of his mouth and said, like I told you the last time we talked about, Kuz signed that 3-year contract to match up with Anthony Davis and Bron because he wanted to get rings. And then by the time he get 27, he feel like he'll be in his prime, and then he'll get that big check, and then his game will expand whatever team he decides to go to. So he's taking the approach as trying to win a championship.
Playing a long game. He's playing a long game.
Yeah. So that's why I don't think he'll go.
I'm gonna say that sounds like something the OG told him. That sounds like something the OG told him. I'm not gonna mention no names, but that sounds like something the OG told him. Like, yo.
I mean, it's the fourth quarter against the Sixers, and he's got only 14 minutes and 6 rebounds and 3 points.
Yeah, they're not using him this game. They're not.
I mean, he's been very, 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 very average lately. Like very average.
I think his role is different now that they add one of my friends, Jalen, he texted me. He said his dad said, I don't talk about Kuz like that anymore. And I said, well, the team is different now. I didn't expect the Lakers to get Montrezl, Schroeder, and Wesley Matthews. I didn't expect that.
I forgot about Schroeder. I
didn't expect that to happen. Like, I didn't expect that.
They don't need it.
That's all the more reason for it. Let the young boy go.
We'll take him.
Blossom, man.
Let him go on blossom. Charlotte. We'll take him.
Let them go on blossom because they're not using them. So what are you keeping them for?
Keeping them for when you really need them.
I don't know if he's built for that though. Like he's the type of dude, and I think he proved that.
Don't do that.
He proved that I'm saying he proved that his first year that he's built on a dude. He's built to be a guy that's relied on every night. Like he's better that way. But I don't think he's enough of a professional just yet to play 16 minutes one night, then play 37 the next night, then play 21, then play 18, then LeBron's resting, somebody's out. Now we need you to go get 40. And I don't think he got that switch like that no more. Now, when he was his rookie year, he just didn't give a damn. He was like, you know what? They're not going to take me out. So it was like, I'm just going to let it fly.
We do what I do.
But they weren't winning. So they weren't winning. He was averaging that much, but the Lakers weren't winning. They were spectacular, but they weren't doing anything. But moving on to our last topic. To our last topic. The Nets are trying to make changes. They know that they need help. They know that. Now they're in overtime right now with the Atlanta Hawks, 116-116. Nets are trying to get JaVale, Drummond, or Kevin Love. That's what they're trying to go after. Personally, if they can get Drummond, that's scary.
Is it?
Why?
I think JaVale is scarier.
I'm gonna get. Can I say this?
Yeah, go
before
ahead.
we move. You know who they need to go get? LeVert.
Well, LeVert can.
Jared Allen.
Well, wait. LeVert can. See, that's another thing. Since that trade happened, though, Sherm, now I wish Brandon was here. Because the trade is would really save Karis LeVert's life.
I get that, but give me Prince and Jared Allen. That's what they need to go get. The ones they gave up.
Here, go get Jared Allen back. Go get Jared Allen back.
Get them back. That's what they need to go get. Because I don't want to see JaVale McGee. I don't want to see Drummond. I don't want to see Kevin Love. You gave
JaVale's
up.
probably the best look though. JaVale's a good look. JaVale, because you need some.
I think Drummond.
I don't think Drummond is because Drummond can't really guard. I mean, he rebounds like crazy, but they need a defensive presence.
People underestimate.
I hate to say this. I really hate to say this. I do. I hate it. I don't want to say this, but they need Dwight Howard. Like that's what they need. Somebody like that. That was just kind of nasty, talk trash, getting somebody here. Because DeAndre Jordan's just keep doing that.
But that's what Jared Allen. That's what he was.
A young version.
He just didn't talk. He just wasn't the guy that everybody looked at. But he did all the little dirty things. He rebounded. He crashed the board. He gave you little putback. He blocked shots. He defended. He did all of those things that anybody that they trying to get, they don't do no more.
I agree. Like I said, I agree. I mean, you said that's what they need. They gave them up, so we got to look forward now, Sherm. We got to look forward now. We have to look forward. But the Nets, we know what the problem is with the Nets. I hope they don't lose to the Hawks tonight because it's gone. It's another L down the line.
Yeah,
it was sucked to see the Nets be below top 5. Going into the playoffs. They will eventually. They'll figure it out. The only thing I don't like is the fact that you have Dan Phoney on the bench along with Steve Nash. That's not defense.
Dan Phoney.
That's not defense.
I've never heard that before. Dan Phoney.
I've been calling him Dan Phoney for years.
He feel that type of way because he holding on to that orange and blue.
Yeah, the Knicks. Dan Phoney. I've been calling him Dan Phoney since the Knicks. I don't know how this guy keep getting jobs, but he just keep popping up. Faise, you call Westbrook a career loser? To me, Dan Phoney is the ultimate career loser and underachiever as a coach. Now I put him under Doc Rivers. I put him under Doc.
That's where you going. We know you don't like Doc.
Yeah, that's low.
He's under Doc. He's under Doc to me.
Speaking of Westbrook.
Yeah, Russ having a hard time.
Giving me a hard time when I said my man Westbrook was an issue. Told people he was a problem.
I mean, the Wizards weren't,
But did you expect him to go there and make them worse?
Nah, I didn't. I'm gonna be honest. Nah. But he's been hurt for 2 weeks though. So they played 2 weeks.
I know, but
3 weeks worth of games without him.
Westbrook has to play on a team where he is the only person. That's when he's his best. He has to play on a team when he's the only person because he can't play with other superstars. It's already been proven. Bradley Beal's rising into, the all-star caliber tier 2 type dude, not tier 1, but tier 2 type dude. He couldn't play with James Harden. Couldn't play. He had a decent year with Paul George. I will say that. Him and Paul George kind of got along together. But after that, I mean.
Right, but it's like you have to put everything into perspective or everything into what you're saying. When him and Paul George played together, they both went into the playoffs. One had a messed up shoulder and the other one in Russ shooting hand. His finger was broke. Now he didn't bitch about it. He didn't say anything to it. He played, but he was not healthy. You know what I'm saying? George's shoulder, he had hyperextension. Like, you feel me? Like, I don't know. And then he went to the finals with OKC with Kevin Durant, another superstar. But we say that James Harden didn't play. Now, you did say he was young, but James Harden was the one out of the big three that didn't do his job. So, like, I don't like saying that he can't play with those type. Now, the Rockets one, he didn't do good. The bubble, he didn't.
And he's not doing well with Beal right now. That's what I'm saying. I don't think I get what you're saying about taking merit into the situations and like looking at it. But again, his best situation with a superstar outside of the big three from when they were like second, third year players is with Paul George, and they lost on a buzzer beater game 7, 40-footer or whatever the day. But again, that means he's had multiple opportunities. And when he was at his best, the next best player on the team was Steven Adams. So
I'm gonna just say this. All right, let's take away the athletic ability. What does he bring to the table?
He's struggling.
This ain't Jeopardy.
His game.
He don't bring nothing.
I mean, his IQ. Russ has good IQ.
Yeah, but his IQ has developed over the years because he's been more athletic than everybody. Like, I don't know if Russ can play in the league in 5 more years. And I only say that because when his athleticism goes, he kind of, and I don't want anybody to go crazy when I say this, but it's almost similar to Dwayne Wade a little. Like, when the athleticism started to go down, his performances started to go down. The only difference is Dwayne Wade developed to kind of play below the rim. Like, let me work on my jumper. Before he went to Chicago, before he got traded, he was averaging like 21, 22. So, and the Heat were still winning. Like, and he said, in his documentary, that was my last push. Like, I did that to show Miami that I'm going to give you everything till my body breaks down. And, y'all still didn't want to rock with me and give me a phone call. So I don't know if Russ has that.
No, because again, Wade was more skilled.
Yeah.
He was more of a skilled player. Westbrook is just not a skilled player. And it's not taking nothing away from him as a player. But if he ain't blowing past nobody or just going 100 miles an hour, he brings nothing to the table.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, can he adjust and be a true point guard? But again, that don't exist no more in the game. Right? So where does he fit? What does he fit, and what is he going to bring to your team? You can't say he's a winner. Mm-hmm. You can't say you're going to plug him anywhere and you're going to win 10 to 15 games just because of him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's going to need to get on somebody's team here pretty soon because he's probably got about 2-3 elite years of his athleticism left, and I don't even know if he has that much. He needs to go somewhere like San Antonio, somewhere like that. He needs to go somewhere like that.
A place that's not going to demand him to
exactly.
be.
And the coach is going to hold everybody. Yeah, and the coach going to hold everybody to the same standard. You got LaMarcus Aldridge. You got what's the light-skinned dude with the big forehead? What's my man's name? Derek White. You got all those dudes. So, like, you got some dudes around you where you ain't got to – you can still be rusty, but you ain't got to go crazy. And, that's it. And I think it's almost a guard. I don't think he can play with another elite-level guard. I think that's just what it is. I think him and KD meshed so well together because one was a wing and he was a guard. But you got to think he didn't mesh with – and Paul George is a wing. Like, he's more of a wing than a guard. That's why I think that works. He can't play with another ball dominant, I need the ball in my hands guard. Didn't work with James Harden, didn't work with Brad Beal.
Because again, he's another guy. Take the ball out of his hand. What do he give you?
What is he doing? Can't play him off the ball because you will let him shoot every jumper. You and even like, shoot it again, shoot it.
He brings nothing to the table off the ball. And his offensive skill level, minus the athletic ability, is just not the guy that you can say here. It's just not that. He's not he's not an AI type guy. He's just not that type of guy.
Well, Sherm, I'll give you your props. In the bubble, when we were talking about the Rockets, when they were eliminated by the Lakers, you brought up the fact that should we start talking about Russell Westbrook being like how Allen Iverson was with the Grizzlies or the Pistons? So you did bring that up, and you know we're seeing how the season is right now. What Russ only have 165 points total for the year, and he only made 160, something like that. I don't know, something attempts.
It was 161 for 161. He's got 161 points and 161 shot attempts.
Yeah, so that's it's not looking pretty good for the Wizards right now. And he ain't here to say it, but I'll say it from Brandon with his hashtag free Bradley Beal. But
I think he's going to the Lakers, man. I got a feeling he's going to the Lakers.
Lakers of the Heat.
I got a feeling he's going to the Lakers. They're gonna make a move.
I'm telling you right now, Sherm, if Bradley Beal goes to the Lakers, the 3-peat is sealed. It is sealed. Sealed.
Yeah,
I don't care who the Nets get. I don't care who Milwaukee get. If Bradley Beal's on the same team with Anthony Davis and LeBron, is a 3-peat. It is sealed. Sealed.
Yeah, I think
sealed. Might try to get a 4-peat. I'm like, and I won't even put it past. That's crazy. If Bradley Beal, they better not go to Lakers. Go to Miami and make it interesting. Don't go to
Miami. Who you giving up? Duncan and Hero?
I'm definitely doing it. I'm doing it. I don't know.
So y'all would give him up for Beal, but they wouldn't give him up for Harden?
Bradley Beal plays defense. You know how I feel. The complete.
That's
player.
true.
That's me. That's me though. I like complete players. Bradley Beal can play defense, and he can score just like Harden. So you know, and maybe more efficient. But it is what it is. To each his own. But that's just me. But tomorrow TNT games. You got the Trailblazers versus the Rockets. Who you got, Face?
Blazers.
No CJ McCollum, just throwing that in there.
Blazers. Yeah.
Okay. Who you got?
I'm gonna take the Blazers too.
Got the Blazers? Okay. I'm gonna go on the opposite side. I'm gonna take the Rockets. I like John Wall. He finally came back. I think they do their thing. And
he's looking a little better.
Yeah. All right. The next primetime game after that is the Warriors versus the Suns. Who you got, Sherm?
That's a good one.
Ooh.
I'm gonna have to take the Suns. And it is crazy because I love Steph, but I'm gonna have to take the Suns, man. I'm gonna have to take the Suns.
Ooh.
Yeah, pretty tricky.
You got Wiseman and then Ayton, and you got Paul and Curry. You got Booker. Booker should be the dude. I'm gonna go to Suns.
I'm gonna put this in there. It's questionable. D-Book didn't play today because they're playing today because he had a little tweak injury, but he might be there tomorrow. But just throwing that in there.
I guess I can't do hypothetical, so I'm gonna have to go with the Suns.
Okay, and I'm taking the Warriors.
You had to.
I was taking it regardless whether y'all took them or not. I was taking it. That's my two teams. I like the Rockets and I like the Warriors tomorrow. But that's pretty much it for today. Appreciate everybody tuning in. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all share. Let everybody know what's good. And I always put it out there. If you want to come on the show, holler at me and DM me. I tell everybody all the time. A lot of people, they want to give me questions, but you can come on here with us too. You know what I'm saying? We showing love to everybody. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all stay safe. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much it. No Pro Bowl this weekend. Anything y'all?
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, no Pro Bowl. Anything y'all want to say before we sign off?
Now, how for real is the Jazz though?
Oh.
How for real are they?
Next show. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to put that. I got COVID free is the way to be. And word to Tim Duncan, bro. Word to my dog. Just word to my dog, bro. I just see a lot of accolades getting thrown out. And then I saw a great, I don't know if I put that in the group chat or the production meeting. I don't think I did. But somebody said one is considered, they put two accolades up, like two pictures of all their accolades. It said one person is considered the greatest player ever sometimes, and the other one barely makes top 10. And they're like, help me understand that. And I feel the same way. I feel the exact same way. Help God rest his soul. The top dude was Kobe. The bottom person was Tim Duncan. And it says one is considered the greatest all time. The other one barely makes people's top 10. And I'm just like, I mean, and I think we know who had more than what in each category. I think we know.
Timmy's the real deal, man. You can't take nothing away. He's the real deal.
But hey, that's for another day. Word to Tim Duncan. When I say that, that's what I mean. Word to Tim Duncan.
All right, man. And that's all for today. Y'all have a good night. What it is and what it ain't. If you don't like what we got to say, join the debate. KOPY.